I saw this with Ja Morant, the Instagram live where he showed, brandished a gun in a strip club in Denver, could cost him just under $40 million. He's in a counseling program in Florida, so there's no time frame for him to come back. Although very respected NBA reporter Mark Spears implied that Ja Morant will not play for the Grizzlies the rest of this season. I haven't heard anything to back that up or a second source on that, but Mark Spears is well connected. In the offseason, Ja Morant signed a 5-year max rookie extension with Memphis. So that guarantees him $194 million. If he makes one of the 3 All-NBA teams this season, his contract would then be worth $233 million. Keep in mind, he's averaging 27, 6, and 8 assists per game. He would easily make one of the top 3 All-NBA teams. But with the extended absence, the chances of him earning All-NBA are starting to fade away. Also, he had the Grizzlies with the second-best record in the Western Conference before he was suspended or took his leave of absence there. If he doesn't earn a selection on any of the All-NBA teams, it wouldn't be the first financial loss caused by this situation at the strip club. Powerade was featuring Ja Morant in a commercial that was pulled last week. He signed a multi-year endorsement deal to become the face of the relaunch of Powerade. Powerade was planning on spending $10 million on commercials on radio and TV, but now not doing that. And once again, Mark Spears was with Brian Windhorst on his podcast, and he implied that Ja Morant will not be coming back to the Grizzlies this season. Now, I know that, we get obsessed with the bottom line of money, but the most important issue is Ja Morant has got to get his life correct at 23. And yes, he's going to lose this money. He could be losing a whole lot more than that if he doesn't get himself right. And whatever that takes, however long that takes, really, that should be the focus, and it won't be the focus. It'll be because he did this at the strip club, it's going to cost him $40 million. And it should be, he did this at the strip club, and maybe down the road, he'll be thankful that that did happen, we did see it, and it got him to get help and help that he needed. But at age 23, he could, have a $500 million, if not more, waiting for him when it's all said and done. And that's the bigger picture. That should be is his health, whatever that is. If there's substance abuse or mental health or whatever it might be, that this is the important time for him. Yes, Eden.
Is that why you think this story? I don't know if resonates is the right word, but has become so big because of Ja Morant's potential and almost from an angle of people are just concerned. Because it's a big story, and really, I'm not minimizing anything, but there is part of my brain that is like, okay, so he showed a gun in a video. There's definitely way worse things that have happened in the world.
True.
You know what I mean? He didn't use the gun.
Well, there's a lot of allegedly did something, but it starts to, there's a lot more. It feels like with Ja Morant, or
there's a lot of smoke around that.
There is. Or there could be, this could mushroom. And I think that's where, he needs to understand, which I think he does now. Those around him need to understand, which I think they do now, whether it's his dad, the organization. And you got to make sure that you have somewhat control over him, or at least that he'll listen to somebody in there. Because you surround yourself, let's face it, you surround yourself with people who tell you yes. That's why they're called yes men. And, they're not going to say no. They're going to be along for the ride with you. And it's not, I'm not going to put all this on, the guys that he runs with. It ultimately comes back to him. And where's his moral compass in all of this? But he's 23. And as much as he looks like a grown-up and plays, like a grown-up on the basketball floor, that doesn't mean he's a grown-up. But I think we have this, wow, he's got everything. Does he? Yes, Tom.
You also have to wonder if there's other things we don't know about that have gone unreported or behind closed doors to go from it's not that big a deal, just holding up a gun for a second, to now you're in a counseling program and there's a well-respected reporter saying he may be done for the year. So there's got to be, you would think, something beyond a couple of these alleged things to end up away in a counseling program and away for the year. Maybe.
Well, the NBA hasn't even responded with their investigation. And I don't know, we haven't... The word suspend has not been used officially. Now, it's been labeled that with different articles, different reporters. But when we ask the NBA, they have not suspended him. Now, if Memphis did, they're doing it in its semantics. He's suspended. We're just saying he's taking a leave of absence. Yeah, Marv.
Yeah, and I think with the gun in the club, I think people want to be proactive rather than reactive, because what if this happens again and he flashes a gun and somebody might take that the wrong way who also has a gun, and you can forget about the money. His life was at stake. So I think it's trying to be proactive, and a lot of people are rooting for him too. Like, look, it's a guy from a small college that went to a small market team that made him relevant, and I think people are rooting for him for the most part.
Yeah, and I said this from the beginning. I'm not here to condemn him, but you're just trying to look at the situation in totality. That you do have all this talent. You do have all of these things at your fingertips. But it all goes away with something stupid. And you've been flirting with stupid. Don't flirt anymore. And don't try to be something that you're not. Yes, Eden.
Maybe I'm missing the headlines or the quotes, but it feels like the NBA is awfully quiet about all this.
Yes. But they might have said to Memphis, you deal with this. You deal with this. Remember when we had Gilbert Arenas on, and Gilbert said that he was told the NBA can't do anything to Ja Morant in this situation, and those were his words. And I'm thinking, I got to believe the NBA could say conduct detrimental, or there'd be something the NBA could do. But are they still? I guess their investigation is still ongoing here.
Just seems odd. Like, Adam Silver really hasn't said anything about it. Feels like.
Yeah. But Ja Morant, that max rookie deal, and if you're part of the first, second, or third team, then his contract goes up almost $40 million. And that'll be the headline, but it should be Ja Morant getting himself correct here.